Pro tips. Okay, so if you're going to build software, this is what we tell our clients. Some of them appreciate it, some of them believe us, some of them don't want to be our customer when I tell them this. First of all, software is expensive stuff. And if you've never gone down that road of building something like a mobile app or a website and building software, you're in for a bit of a learning curve. I mean, our average projects, to get a modest amount of work done for a company and really just kind of get a minimum viable product out there, is usually between, and this is just the software, okay? And I'm not talking all the other things that need to happen to get something launched. Just the software, easily between $100,000 and $200,000. That's like bare minimum to really get a good system up and running. So the systems that you frequently use, that would be an app on your phone that's pretty solid, it has a bunch of pages and it connects to a database and emails everybody else that wants to be using the app and takes a picture and sends it somewhere. Every one of those apps costs a company $500,000 at least. And some of them cost those companies many millions of dollars. So just be aware of that, okay? You need to be ready for that, and having, early on you'll find co-founders and other people to help build this stuff for cheap. But at some point, whether it's your employees that you hire or a company like ours you hire, you got to be ready to pay for good stuff. That brings me to the second point. The immutable law of software development is you can have it good, fast, or cheap. Pick two. You see where I'm going with that? You can have it good and fast, and then it's not cheap. You can have it fast and cheap, and then it's no good. Or you can have it good and cheap, and it'll take forever. It's just the way it is. You can't slice and dice that any other way. So when customers come to us in a big rush, we'll just tell them right out the door, happy to do it, we'll move really fast for you, and it's going to be good, because this one doesn't ever move for us. We won't engage customers if we can't do it good. So these are the only two that go, that move around. Tough choices. I actually don't even remember what that was about. We'll move past it. Get multiple good estimates. So if you're going to go out and get something built, don't do this to my company, please, because it costs time and effort. But call up my competitors and ask them, tell them you want to build something and get them to give you a quote and an estimate. Because they'll give you a pretty good idea of how much you think you need, that they think you need to spend. But get 2 or 3 of those. You can also go to Odesk and elance.com, define your project really, really clearly, and you'll get 15 or 20 quotes from different companies out there. Be careful with all that stuff, because it's just information at that point till you spend money. But it's good information to get a lot of different quotes so you know you're getting a good deal. And then rely on good tech advice. Don't charge off and become a software company or build an app without an advisor or someone who's been there a lot of years. You'll make all the same mistakes everybody makes. You'll spend a lot of money unnecessarily. You'll blow it up. You'll want to rewrite it after you spend all your money, just like a lot of people do. And you can avoid that if you get good advice. And then last, the software of it, this is speaking from the software guy, I don't even think that's the hardest part. The hardest part of all this business is the actual concept, the product, getting it to customers, getting them to like it, getting it priced right, getting it sold, marketed. To me, that seems like much harder than the software. Maybe that's just because I come from a tech background, but be prepared that the software of whatever you're building is probably less than half the money you're going to spend in it. The rest comes from everywhere else. So that's just real quick my kind of history, companies have started, and I wish you the best. Go out there and make a lot of mistakes and have a blast doing it.